New on Curiosity Stream. We've walked with dinosaurs. We've explored our prehistoric planet, and we were always told the same story. Extinction came from the sky. But what if dinosaurs survived? Amazing Dino World 2. Watch it now on Curiosity Stream. With monthly, annual, and bundle plans, find the one that works for you at curiositystream.com.
It is Ryan here, and I have a question for you. What do you do when you win? Like, are you a fist pumper, a woo-hooer, a hand clapper, a high-fiver? I kind of like the high-five, but if you want to hone in on those winning moves, check out Chumba Casino. At ChumbaCasino.com, choose from hundreds of social casino-style games for your chance to redeem serious cash prizes. There are new game releases weekly, plus free daily bonuses, so don't wait. Start having the most fun ever at ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Hiya, babe. Say, how about... Ouch.
Does that answer your question, Buddy?
The Adventures of Maisie, starring Ann Southern. You all remember Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer's famous Maisie picture. In just a moment, you'll hear Maisie in radio, starring the same glamorous star you all went to see and loved on the screen, Ann Southern. But first, your announcer. Here's Ann Southern as Maisie.
Yep, I'm Maisie, like the fella said, Maisie Revere. That's the name I use in show business for, well, sort of protection. You see, on the stage, if your act lays an egg, instead of changing the act, you change your name. Right now I'm thinking of a new name for myself, Mrs. Eddie Jordan. Gosh, that's a beautiful name. But I guess any name is when it has Mrs. in front of it. Me and Eddie, we've been going steady for more than a year now, and we've been saving our money so as we can get married and have a nice place to raise our little family. So me and Eddie, we've been pinching our pennies, cutting out almost everything you can think of. Answer that, will you, Mrs. Kennedy? I'm busy sewing buttons on Eddie's other shirt. Oh, shucks, I broke another button in half.
That's the third one, Maisie. I guess those buttons are worn pretty thin.
Yeah, and the trouble is I'm fresh out of paper clips.
All right, I'm coming. Hello? Mrs. Kennedy's boarding house. Me talking.
It's me, Mrs. Kennedy, Shirley Flegel.
Oh.
I'd just like to converse with Maisie. She's handy.
Ouch.
Not with button sewing, she ain't. Maisie, it's Shirley.
Oh, I'm too busy. Tell her I'm not here.
Shirley, she says she ain't here.
Oh, well, disappointment. When will she be back?
Hold the line, I'll ask her. Maisie, when will you be back?
Oh, never mind, Mrs. Kennedy. I'll tell her myself. Hello, Shirley. I just came in.
Oh, gee, it's a good thing that I didn't hang up. Maisie, the reason which I called is on account of me in Sydney. We're going to the opera tonight.
The opera, huh?
Yeah.
Well. That dry cleaning business of your boyfriend's must be picking up.
Yeah, lately Sydney's been getting a Park Avenue trade. No more than crummy flight tickets. Now when Sydney goes through the pockets of his customers, he finds a much superior ilk of loot.
Too bad Sydney don't do no business with jewelers. That way maybe he could find you an engagement ring. What'd you call up for, Shirley? To brag how good your fella is to you?
Parish forbid, Maisie. You know I ain't the type person culture should go to my head. I thought maybe you and Eddie could maybe join us, maybe.
Join you?
Yeah.
Well, you mean Sydney found 4 tickets?
No, only 2.
Oh. Well, I'm sorry, Shirley. I already saw that opera.
Saw it, but Maisie, tonight they're showing Romeo and Juliet.
Well, I'm sorry, Shirley. I already saw both those operas.
You did? Mm-hmm. Maisie, then how about after the show, you and Eddie join us for a hamburger?
Oh, Oh, well, that's swell, Cheryl. We'll meet you at your house.
At my house?
Uh-huh.
Well, Maisie, me and Sidney planned we should partake of a couple of hamburgers at a restaurant.
Oh. Who's paying the bill?
Who's paying it? You know my Sidney, Maisie.
Yeah. I think me and Eddie ain't going to be hungry.
But we don't intend we should meet you till after the opera. How do you know you ain't going to be hungry in advance?
Because we're saving up to be married, that's why. Goodbye. That cheapskate Sidney. Never spends a dime for entertainment.
Eddie's different. It's about time you let him spend some of your hoard on a little fun.
Oh, well, me and Eddie ain't exactly being hermits, Mrs. Kennedy. He took me to a picture show or two, if you recall.
Yeah, but times have changed, Maisie. Nowadays, they've got talkies.
Well, frankly, I'm getting a little tired of spending my Sundays at the zoo. Gosh, when I see people feeding peanuts to the elephant, my mouth waters.
And those trips to Grant's tomb can't be much fun anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
Grant's the one that's dead, not you.
Prove it.
Oh, you should go to dances. You still remember how, don't you?
Oh, yeah, I think. That's where you walk around and wipe your feet on the floor, huh?
Dancing's a lot of fun, they tell me.
Gosh. Picture shows, hamburgers, dancing. I've sure missed them.
Well, there's no good reason why you can't give your piggy bank a rest once in a while and go out and live.
But, Eddie, in my budget.
Honey, a budget is like a girdle. It's supposed to stretch enough to take in everything.
I know. But the whole idea of concentrating on our apartment was mine. Now, Eddie's so used to saving, he actually enjoys it. How do I tell him I want him to ease up a little?
Maisie, are you a man or a mouse?
Well, the cheesy life I've been leading, I must be a mouse.
Now, look, honey, I've seen you looking through the entertainment page of the newspaper. You're just dying to go to a nice, gay musical show tonight, aren't you?
Yeah, but that costs about $4.
Eddie loves you, don't he?
Yeah, but I ain't sure he loves me $4 worth.
I think he does. If you suddenly get tired of this penny-pinching arrangement.
But I can't. It was all my idea in the beginning.
Oh, that was a long time ago. Eddie doesn't have that good a memory.
Oh, you mean make him believe this silly budget idea of mine was his idea?
Yes.
Oh, I don't think I can do that, Mrs. Kennedy.
You don't?
No, but I can try.
Hi, folks. Surprised to see little Eddie home this hour of the day?
A little. What happened, Eddie? You been fired again?
Fired? You know me.
Oh, so you were fired.
Sorry to disappoint you, landlady mine. I just dropped home to join you lovely ladies in a spot of lunch. So crowded in the automat. I've been working so hard that I'm exhausted.
Oh, even too tired to push nickels in those slots, huh?
Oh, Mrs. Kennedy, you shouldn't think I came here for lunch just because I wanted to save money.
It's true, ain't it?
Yeah, but you shouldn't think it. What's for lunch?
Well, we weren't prepared for this honor, but you have a choice of cheese sandwiches.
Oh, what's the choice?
Take it or leave it.
Oh, thank you. I'll take it. Maisie, you shouldn't be sore. After all, I'm eating here for us. A penny saved is a penny earned, as Confucius said.
Well, ain't it nice of Confucius being on our side? Well, I'll get lunch fixed for my little playboy, Mrs. Kennedy.
And cut the bread a little thicker this time, honey. The last time you cut it so thin, you almost missed it.
Never mind, Maisie. I'll do the honors. You save your strength.
Well, I might as well, Mrs. Kennedy. I've been saving everything else lately.
Maisie, honey, what gives with you all of a sudden? Remember, I'm doing all this, depriving myself of everything just for you.
Bologna.
What?
The cheese is all gone. Have some bologna instead?
Oh, sure, thanks. Gosh, I'm starved. Say, Mrs. Kennedy, you sure put meat in this sandwich?
Uh-huh.
Funny, I don't taste any.
Well, keep eating. You're bound to come to it.
Say, what's the idea of such a tiny piece of meat?
Mrs. Kennedy is on a saving spree, too, Eddie. Seems like your philosophy on thrift is catching.
My philosophy?
Mm-hmm.
Maisie, it was your idea to put ourselves on a strict budget.
My idea?
Yes.
Eddie Jordan, all I did was casually suggest it might be a good idea if we saved a little towards our apartment.
Yeah, but you casually suggested it every day for 6 months. I finally gave in.
Oh, that's the trouble with you, Eddie. You have no willpower.
Oh, brother. Mrs. Kennedy, what do you do with a person that's so stubborn?
I don't have to do nothing, Eddie. Maisie's the one that's engaged to you, not me.
Say, what is this? A plot to make me the heavy in this plan of Maisie's?
Okay, Mr. Jordan. If it makes you feel any better to blame me for this drudgery you've forced me into. Okay.
Look, darling, I don't want to argue with you.
Oh, so now you want to deprive me of the only enjoyment I get out of life.
Oh, so you want excitement? Well, look at me.
What's so exciting about you?
When I come home after a hard day at the office, what have I got to look forward to? All I do is sit and stare at four walls. A man wants more than that.
What do you want I should do? Erect an extra wall?
Look who's complaining. Look what this plan is doing to me. I haven't even been to the beauty parlor in 6 months.
It's a terrible thing to happen to a woman, to be so far behind in the latest hairstyle.
And the latest gossip.
Maisie, I don't know what's come over you, but if you feel we should enjoy life and forget about our getting married for a while, it's fine with me. From now on, the entertainment committee for Maisie and Eddie Incorporated is strictly in your hands. I've got to get back to the office now. I'm late.
Oh, yeah, honey, and it is a long walk.
Walk? But I thought we were dropping our budget. Why can't I take the bus back?
The bus? Eddie, that costs a dime.
Yeah, and there's no reason to go hog wild.
And it's only 3 miles back to the office, Eddie. And we got to save our money for something we both can enjoy, like maybe going dancing.
Sure. There's nothing I'd enjoy more after a long day of walking than an evening of dancing. See you tonight, maybe.
Well, looks like the beginning of gay times and happy fun, huh? Now, for a starter on your mad spending spree, I'd suggest dinner and dancing at a nice, reasonable nightclub.
Oh, yeah, but there ain't no such thing as a reasonable nightclub, Mrs. Kennedy. Dinner in those places is very expensive.
So you just go to dance.
Yeah, but dancing gives me an appetite.
So what? So you order something cheap, like a bowl of soup.
Well, to eat that, you have to sit down.
So?
So that means a table with a cover charge.
So you pay a $2 cover charge.
Just to eat a 10-cent bowl of soup.
Maisie, honey, I thought you wanted to have fun.
Yeah, but in a sensible way.
Honey, there ain't no way to have fun sensibly.
Well, there's got to be, and Eddie and me are going to enjoy life if it kills us. In a cheap way, of course.
There's a penny arcade around the corner.
That's where Eddie and me went New Year's Eve.
Maisie, prepare yourself for a blow. You can't have any fun unless you spend something.
Yeah, that's the trouble with the world. Everybody's out to get your money.
Oh, get that, will you, honey? I might as well sharpen up the pencils. Looks like tonight you and Eddie are going to have another wild evening of tic-tac-toe at home again.
Hello.
Hello, Maisie. This is Rita Howard.
Oh, hello, Rita.
I just called up to find out if you heard the latest dirt about Florence Brockman.
Oh, no, Rita. What is the latest about Florence?
How would I know? I ain't been to the beauty parlor in weeks. I thought maybe you might have heard.
Oh, no. I haven't been out of the house in some time, too, Rita. I thought surely you would know all the latest about Florence. After all, you're her best friend.
Yeah, but I ain't seen her in weeks. I ain't even been out of the house since my Sam got his new motion picture camera and projection machine.
Oh, dear. You mean Sam still spends all his spare time taking moving pictures?
Yeah.
Isn't that an expensive hobby, Rita?
With Sam, it ain't no hobby. A career it turned into these home movies. A regular Cecil B. Schlemieli became since the day we were married. In Technicolor, yes.
Gosh, sounds like Sam's got it real bad.
In spades, Maisie. To Sam, everything that happens has to be recorded on film for posterity. The other night, for instance, a burglar broke into the house. Sam heard him and ran downstairs.
Yeah? Did he catch the burglar?
No, but he photographed 300 feet of him stealing the silverware.
Oh, gosh, Rita, can't you do something to make Sam stop already with that camera?
Don't think I didn't try. Last night I told him I was leaving him, so I packed all my things and I dressed the kids and walked out the front door.
You didn't?
If you don't believe me, come over to the house. Sam got it all on film.
Oh. Well, I'd love to come over, Rita, but Eddie and me, we sort of planned on spending, say, Rita, these home movies that Sam shows, is it for free?
What else? Who pays admission they should see homemade pictures of domestic bliss? Come on over, Maisie. You might as well see Sam's pride and joy, too. Everybody my Sam knows even slightly has been invited over to our house. They should see on the screen our entire married life.
But the pictures, Rita, are they interesting?
How should I know? All night long I'm busy making sandwiches and opening up bottles of beer.
Oh, you serve refreshments, too, for free. Well, Rita, Eddie and me, we haven't seen you and Sam in a long time, so we'll drop over tonight for a few hours just to visit our two best friends, mind you.
Sure. What time would you and Eddie be dropping over?
Oh, I don't know. When does the first performance start?
At 8:30, friend.
Well, we'll be there, Rita. And, honey, I know all the pests you've invited don't realize all the trouble and expense you go through serving a snack. So why don't you skip it, and after the show, we'll all go out to a nice, quiet restaurant.
Why, Maisie, that's a wonderful suggestion. But isn't that rather, expensive?
Oh, not any more than it'd cost you to feed us at home.
Oh, brother.
The Adventures of Maisie, starring Ann Southern, will continue in just a moment. Maisie.
They're all dressed now, Mrs. Kennedy. How do I look?
Maisie, honey, is that old dress of yours too tight, or do your eyes always bulge out of your head?
Well, frankly, it isn't loose, Mrs. Kennedy. Before I put it on, I took one deep breath. That'll have to do for the whole night.
Well, pardon me for sticking my nose into your budget, honey, but don't you think it's about time you went on a mad splurge and bought yourself a new dress?
A new one? Mrs. Kennedy, don't you realize that dresses cost money?
Yes, I know. I get around a lot. But that little number you've got on is a wee bit out of style.
Oh, so it's a little out of style. It's still very pretty. Besides, if a girl has knees, she should show them, I always say. Oh, is that you, Eddie?
Uh-huh. Can I come in, honey? I got something to tell you that'll make your eyes pop out.
Too late. They're already out.
Come on in, Eddie.
Hi, Maisie, baby. Say, I got great... Oh, new dress, honey?
Old. I made it myself out of odds and ends.
It sure is odd where it ends.
Well, it'll have to do for tonight. It'll be dark at Rita's anyway.
Rita's? Rita and Sam Howard?
Uh-huh.
Put on your white tie, top hat, and house slippers, Eddie. Tonight you're going to find out that home motion pictures ain't your best entertainment.
Look, Maisie, honey, I don't know what you cooked up for us tonight, but we're not going.
Oh, well, we gotta go, Eddie. It's for free. And besides, I ain't getting out of this dress and sit around tonight. It took me too long to struggle into it. Tonight we're going to the Howards for home movies.
Home movies? At Sam's yet? Oh, include me out, Maisie.
Why? What's so terrible about Sam? He's a nice guy. Got a swell wife and a couple of the sweetest kids.
That ever grew up on film.
You ain't kidding, Mrs. Kennedy. Sidney told me about Sam and his movie camera. As soon as he gets anybody in his house, he quick turns out all the lights and shows them home movies of his honeymoon and each one of his kids from the day each were born right through their childhood. And the oldest boy is 12.
Oh, well, so what's wrong about kids growing up?
Nothing. But I don't want to sit in his parlor and grow up with him. I got better plans for tonight.
Like what, for instance? Going around the corner to the bakery and smelling the hot bread?
No. Tonight we've been invited up to Kenny Bascom's house.
Eddie Jordan, I am not going to waste a perfectly good evening at the home of a total stranger.
Kenny is a millionaire.
A millionaire?
Yeah.
Oh, well, what time does this friend of yours expect us?
Well, it's this way, honey. Kenny Bascom is from Texas.
And he's a millionaire.
Naturally.
Kenny and me went to college together. He was the dumbest guy in school.
And now he's got millions.
Some dumb, I'll say.
I used to help Kenny with his studies at college. You see, I was smart.
He has millions.
And you're smart.
Anyway, I ran into Kenny by accident this afternoon. And he's throwing a big party tonight at his penthouse, celebrating another well coming in.
He made his money in oil?
Well, naturally, he's from Texas.
And Kenny invited us up there, Maisie. They're having a real big blowout. Champagne and orchestra, entertainment.
Oh, now that's what I call an invitation, Maisie.
Yep, a dream come true. Kenny lives in a joint that just shouts money.
Where's he live in, Fort Knox?
Maisie, what's wrong? Certainly you want to go to this party.
Well, I'd love to, but I promised Rita and Sam that we'll be at their place tonight.
So what? Call Rita up and tell her we can't make it tonight.
Yes, just say your grandmother just died.
No, I can't. She'd smell a rat, and the rat'd be me. Rita's going through a lot of trouble tonight. Sandwiches and cake, and somebody's got to eat it.
Well, let her give it to the dog.
Oh, she doesn't have a dog.
Oh, I'll buy her one, Maisie. You can't miss this opportunity. Oh, a pet house party. Wowie!
But what'll I tell Rita? I'll need a darn good excuse.
Look, why don't you just tell her the truth?
Oh, Eddie, Rita's my best friend. You don't tell the truth to your best friend.
Maisie, you wanted to have fun. You told me you were sick, and...
Oh, that's it. I'll call Rita and say I'm sick.
Good. While you're at it, I'll go and get dressed.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello, Sam. This is Maisie.
Speak up, Maisie. I can't hear you.
I know. I really got it bad. Sam, me and Eddie can't come over tonight.
What?
I'm sick. Very sick. Just took some penicillin.
Penicillin?
Yeah. I developed a case of laryngitis and can't talk above a whisper.
What?
I said I can't talk above a whisper.
I can't hear you, Maisie.
I said I can't talk above a whisper.
Oh, too bad, but you just did.
I did? Well, gosh, that penicillin sure works fast, don't it?
Yeah. Now, me and Rita, we'll expect you over about 6, Maisie. We're putting on a special long show just for you tonight. Now, you can't get no excuse not to come.
Yeah, but I'm working on one.
Got a bad headache.
Yeah, Sam, we can't come over. I got a bad headache.
You have? Ain't that sort of sudden, Maisie?
Yeah, Mrs. Kennedy just thought of it. I mean, I feel terrible, Sam.
Well, that's too bad, Maisie. What you need is quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll bring over my equipment and show the pictures there at your place.
Yeah. You call that quiet?
Well, I'll just show my silent stuff, without sound.
Oh, fine. But what about Rita? It's too late to get a babysitter.
I already got one. Rita, be right over with my stuff, Maisie.
Oh, my goodness. Now I really got a headache.
You mean, Maisie, no party at the penthouse?
No, Mrs. K. Tonight we're having home movies. At home.
Now, in this next reel here, folks, you'll see some swell shots of our trip through the state of Rhode Island.
Fine. Now we gotta travel all the way through that state, too.
Oh, it won't be long, Eddie. After all, Rhode Island is such a small state.
On the map, yes. On film, no.
Gosh, home movies of our honeymoon trip, they sure are wonderful. I could go on showing them forever.
Yeah, aren't you?
Say, now here are some gorgeous scenes of the woods. Look, there's a fir tree, see? And on the other side, there's another fir tree. And another fir tree. A fir tree.
What do you call this picture? Forever lumber?
Well, that's all of Rhode Island.
Good. Now, Sam, it's been wonderful of you to come over and show us your movies. It's been just about the most enjoyable weekend I've ever spent.
Oh, I'm not finished yet now. There's a lot more.
That figures.
Say, folks, here's my favorite shot here. Here's a scene of Old Faithful Geyser in Yellowstone Park.
Oh.
It spouts up in the air every hour. You probably didn't know that. Now, it hasn't been a minute late in 200 years.
That's what I like. A prompt geyser.
Now, watch closely. It's going to spout.
When?
In about 40 minutes. You can't rush geysers,
Yeah, they ain't the only things you can't rush.
Yeah, but I won't show you the shots that are leading up to the spouting, folks, because, well, the first 20 minutes are a little dull, some people think.
They're probably not geyser lovers.
No, and they get a little bored waiting for it to crouch for the spout.
Now, here goes Old Faithful. She's getting ready.
There's somebody at the door.
Oh, I'll see who it is.
You sit here, I'll get it.
Eddie Jordan, that's my door, and I'll get out of here and see who it is.
But I heard the knock first.
Getting ready.
But it's my door, and I'll go out and get it. You sit here and enjoy yourself.
Oh, boy. This is really living.
Here she goes. No, not yet.
Getting ready.
Oh, what can I do for you, pal?
I'm from the electric company, miss. You haven't paid your bill for 2 months, and I was told to turn off the electricity.
Oh, well, I guess I overdid my penny pinching. I've got the money right here.
Oh, I'm awful glad, miss, because without electricity, you couldn't cook, play the radio, play the slot machine.
See home movies?
Hardly. I'll give you a receipt for the electric bill.
No. I've changed my mind. I'm not paying the bill.
Oh, then I'll have to turn off the power. Where's your power box?
Right in there next to the projection machine. Hurry up, you darling.
Getting ready. Here it goes.
You ain't kidding, Sam. There's the power box, mister. Turn the electricity off.
Turn it off!
Well, this lady didn't pay her bill.
Oh, I'll pay it.
Oh, Eddie, shut up.
Oh, I get it. There's the box, mister. Here, have a cigar.
Wait a minute. You can't turn off the electricity, mister. She's about to blow.
So are Eddie and me. We got a prior date, which I made later.
Oh, I'm sorry, chum, but orders are orders. The electric company says so.
Love that company.
But I'm showing the movies that I took at my honeymoon.
You are?
Only the places he went, chum.
Ah.
Maisie, get your hat.
Wait a minute now. You can't do this to my friends, mister. No, all they've seen so far has been the giant redwoods and some of the Middle West states and the Grand Canyon.
The Grand Canyon? Oh, gee, I always wanted to see what that looked like.
You did?
Yeah.
Well, sit down. It's in the very first reel. I'll just start over from the beginning.
Oh, no.
Well, here we go again.
In just a moment, we shall return to the adventures of Maisie. Once again, here's Maisie.
And so the thing started again. Sam and Rita's honeymoon from the moment they got married. And the first 3 reels were just of Rita's mother crying. The way she carried on, you'd think she was marrying Sam. And the closest we got to Texas was on film. Sam showed us every inch of the state, and he didn't miss an oil well. Very interesting things, oil wells. But to me, they're like Western pictures. Once you've seen one of them, you've seen them all. This whole cheap way of having fun taught me a lesson, though. If, like they say, the best things in life are free, I'll settle for the next best. Oh, it's morning now, and Sam and everybody just left. So me for bed. Gosh, Texas is a big state. Probably the biggest that the United States ever joined.
You have just heard The Adventures of Maisie, starring Ann Sothern. Maisie was written by Arthur Phillips. Original music was composed and conducted by Harry Zimmerman. Supporting cast included Elvia Allman, Pat McGeehan, Peter Leeds, Sandra Gould, Ed East, and Virginia Gregg. Jack McCoy speaking.
Okay, round 2. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
David's Bridal, where brides and bridesmaids get fabulously dressed. We let our friends pick out what we wear, show off our dance moves, obsess over every little detail, hold your hand through it all, smile bravely when it's time to let go. Make your dreams come true. The things we do for love. Only at David's Bridal.